Hello everyone. In this episode we will see all the play-in matches. There was a total of 22 bots this season that went 2-2, which turned out there's only 7 spots available in the tournament. So there'll be 6 3-bot rumbles and 1 4-bot rumble compiled into, that's sort of the 4-bot rumble, sort of the main event in a way. But I'll explain that later. Anyways, for our first bot rumble, we see a match between Hyperdrive, Blackout, and Bloodbath. Hyperdrive this season is this season they're sitting at 2-2 like all the bots this episode, but they're in their career they're sitting at 6-7. For Blackout, they're sitting at 10 wins and 6 losses, and for Bloodbath, they're sitting at 7 wins and 7 losses. So this will be a very interesting match to see all these 3 spinners collide, and who of these more veterans, because they've all been around since season 1 of this channel, and they've all had a redesign this season. We'll have to see which of these veterans can get a win and get into the tournament. Let's find out down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot rumble begin. It looks like Hyperdrive is getting under Bloodbath, and here comes Blackout to clash with Bloodbath here, and it looks like Blackout's going to get the first exchange against Bloodbath there. And a nice job by Blackout and Hyperdrive keeping up on Bloodbath there. And looks like Hyperdrive will get under Bloodbath in that exchange. Blackout trying to get on the action now too, as they get under Hyperdrive. Very odd bot rumble so far, as Bloodbath self-right. And looks like Blackout will get under Hyperdrive. Hyperdrive's on their back, they cannot self-right. Not on their head. This is not good for Hyperdrive. They just need to get Hyperdrive out of the arena. And now Blackout gets under Bloodbath. Blackout doing a great job in this bot rumble so far. They have to keep this up and beat both of these bots out for a tournament spot. And great job by Bloodbath now getting under Blackout, and Blackout's out of the bot rumble. Now it's between Hyperdrive and Bloodbath, and looks like Hyperdrive is getting under Bloodbath here. And now Hyperdrive is not getting under Bloodbath, and Bloodbath gets under and throws Hyperdrive out of the arena. What an interesting bot rumble to begin the episode. In the first shot of the fight, it was Hyperdrive getting under, and then Blackout and Hyperdrive teamed up against Bloodbath to get under and land a great shot. And Hyperdrive had some great shots of their own against Blackout, and Bloodbath had some favors of their own by getting Blackout by themselves. And in some cases, the two bots teaming up. And for a little while there, it was Bloodbath taking on Blackout. And then Blackout getting thrown out of the arena by Bloodbath. Then it was Bloodbath taking on Hyperdrive, where Bloodbath ended up winning. Great win by Bloodbath. At our next rumble, we see 3 more veterans take on each other. We see Gigabyte, Beta, and Blacksmith also have gotten all redesigns since the first season. Gigabyte is sitting at 7 wins and 8 losses on their career. Beta sitting at an even 7-7 career, and Blacksmith with the worst career in this rumble, sitting at 5 wins and 7 losses. So all very similar in this rumble. And it's going to be very challenging for Gigabyte to do anything against either of these machines, because they don't have any ground game, and they rely on that full body spinner to do any damage. And with both bots be able to get under them, it's going to cause some issues for Gigabyte. It's going to have to find issues around the spot rumble between these two other hammers, well, one that's hammer saw, and try to exploit that to get the win. But we'll have to see who can get the win and who can move on to the tournament. Let's find out down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. It looks like Blacksmith's gonna go after Beta, and Gigabyte trying to come with a charge here. Gigabyte cannot do anything against Blacksmith here, and here comes Beta. Beta trying to get under Gigabyte, and they do. They put Gigabyte in the screws, and Gigabyte's out of the bot rumble. Now it's between Beta and Blacksmith. See who can get a spot in the tournament. Blacksmith's never got a spot in the tournament. They would like to get their first one. And so far, it's both bots getting both advantages here. But now Blacksmith getting under Beta. And Blacksmith gets under Beta right there. And it looks like they put him on their head. But Beta obviously himself right because of that hammer. So far, it's pretty back and forth between these two machines. As Blacksmith could really get under there. What a interesting matchup so far between both of these machines. As they're both fighting to do something here. And Beta trying to get Blacksmith out of the arena after Blacksmith chooses to toy with them a little bit by turning them around. And that looks like they put Beta back in the screws. And Beta's out of the arena. And Blacksmith will get a tournament spot. This was a far different rumble than the last one. Beta got Gigabyte in the screws, and then Blacksmith got Gigabyte out of the arena using Beta. And then it was between Blacksmith and Beta, and Blacksmith had the more advantage because of the ground game and put Beta in the screws multiple times. And Beta never really found their groove, but they tried to at least, even though Blacksmith was toying with them by turning their spinner around to the front. But it didn't help Beta because Beta eventually lost and gave Blacksmith their first tournament spot. Great win by Blacksmith. Up next, we see the next rumble, our third rumble of this episode, and we see all rookies. We see Flipjob, Kraken, and Lucky. Lucky is going to get a new redesign next season, and Flipjob is going to go to an entirely new bot. They will not be a flipper no more, and they will have a new name and a far different bot. And for Kraken, they got a redesign, and so they should be a lot better in this matchup. That bite should be a lot better, and they should not have any issues with anything anymore if they had issues in the first place. And so Kraken far much improved, and this will be a very interesting fight for Kraken because they're facing two flippers, one that's very fragile and one that's a full body flipper in a way, as in Lucky. This could be a very interesting matchup. And for Flipjob, they need to get into corners or get into areas for Kraken and Lucky so they can win this fight. And for Lucky, they just need to do what they do best. Get under and land the knockout flips with that full body flipper. Let's see who gets the win down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. It looks like Kraken gets into Lucky, and looks like Flipjob takes advantage of that and gets Kraken on their head. Flipjob doing a great job with flips. They take a full advantage of getting under of Lucky attacking Kraken in the first round of the rumble. And now Flipjob trying to get under Lucky, but now there goes Kraken getting under Flipjob, getting under Lucky again, excuse me. And now there goes the front of Kraken as they have one tooth left. And now Kraken puts a flip job in the screws. And now they're stuck, but now they put them on their side. Now on their back, but flip job obviously comes out right. And now flip job goes under Kraken and trying to get him out of the arena now, but it's not working. They don't have enough power from that flipper. But they're keep trying, and they do, but that flipper falls off. And here comes Lucky. Now it's a match between Flipjob and Lucky. Obviously two rookies, because this Rumble is two rookies. Kind of how I pointed it out. And so far, it's Flipjob getting under with. Now they don't have any flippers. They have to use the screws to get Lucky out of the arena, which is going to be hard to do. But they do have that ground advantage. They are a solid machine compared to Lucky. Lucky's hoping to get that fixed when they get a new redesign. And great flip by Lucky as they get a perfect flip that they can with that bot. Great flips. And another. Some great flips by Lucky. That's what Lucky needed, but they need to capitalize on that more so, as they cannot, because Flipjob is lower than them, which has been an issue so far in this fight, as they're getting flips, but not anything worth the while. And Flipjob puts Lucky on the screws and then throws them out of the arena. What an interesting Rumble that was. Flipjob's main priority was getting Kraken out, and it worked for them, as Kraken was trying to get under Lucky, but when Lucky was on the screws, they took full advantage and ripped out that front part of Kraken, making it easier to get under, and eventually throwing Kraken out of the Rumble, out of the matchup, out of the Rumble obviously, and breaking their flipper in the process. Then it was just that Flipjob versus Lucky. And Flipjob had the upper hand because they had the lower ground game, but Lucky landing some marvelous flips because Flipjob cannot do a thing. It would have been smart for Lucky to leave them there, but they decided not to do that, and they tried to get at least 5 or 6 good flips. Here's the second one here, and they just kept getting flips and flips. They did a great job, but Flipjob found their groove again after some great flips by Lucky, and Flipjob put Lucky on the screws, and then the screws did the rest. Great win by Flipjob. Now we have, I believe, our 4th spot Rumble of the episode. We see Deadlift take on Captain Shredderator and Killfang. Deadlift on their career is sitting at 5 wins and 4 losses. Captain Shredderator with the most most losses on this Rumble, with 4 wins and 9 losses, and Killfang at 3 wins and 5 losses. So a very mixed bag here, with Killfang and Deadlift being very similar. And for Captain Shredderator, they have an easier way to get the job done because they have a powerful full body spinner, and Deadlift and Killfang have fragile areas, so they could exploit those. They could win this fight. And for Deadlift, if they can get under Killfang, like last time, if two fought back in the fight cards of Season 3, which was this season obviously, they took the win. So for Deadlift, they just need to do that again, and they can easily get under Captain Shredderator after if they need to. And for Killfang, they're just going to have to find a way to win. They're going to have to hope that Captain Shredderator knocks out Deadlift. And so let's find out who can get this win down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot rumble begin. Looks like Captain Shredderator gets the main first shot. Deadlift trying to do what they did earlier this season against Killfang, but it's not working. A great pop-up by Deadlift gives to Captain Shredderator. Both of them are trying to bully Captain Shredderator now, as they're both trying to fight for each other now. And Deadlift gets under, but now Killfang gets under, and there goes one of Deadlift's forks and one of Killfang's top teeth areas. Now Captain Shredderator is trying to do some damage here. But Deadlift tries to lift him up, but does not work. It looks like Killfang gets under Deadlift, and now there goes the other fork of Deadlift. Now Deadlift all they have is a weapon. And right now, Killfang and Captain Shredderator are duking it out. And a great shot by Captain Shredderator, now hitting on Deadlift. And a great shot by Captain Shredderator again. Captain Shredderator trying to get some great shots. And there goes the weapon of Deadlift. Deadlift. Now Killfang trying to put Deadlift on their back. They do so. Now it looks like Deadlift is out of this matchup, and it's just between Captain Shredderator and Killfang. And a great shot by Captain Shredderator as Killfang got under for 1 second, but now Captain Shredderator landing some outrageous great shots. As Captain Shredderator lands some more and keeps Killfang spinning. Great shot again by Captain Shredderator. They're deflecting Killfang's shots as Killfang's reliability is coming to hurt them because there might be coming cracks in that bottom area for Killfang, which is not good. And Captain Shredderator puts Killfang on their side. Captain Shredderator is in control of this matchup, as Killfang can't do much. And Captain Shredderator trying to break off that fork piece that connects to the body of Killfang so they can secure this win. And it looks like they're trying to stop, but there's a great shot by Captain Shredderator again. And they get another great shot. There's a big crack forming in that area for Killfang, and it's broken off. And look like this match will go to the judges. What a great matchup this was, despite going to the judges. Captain Shredderator got some great hits early on, and Deadlift also got a great pop-up, and Killfang got a great shot at Deadlift by themselves, but that broke off one of their teeth, but it also broke off one of Deadlift's forks, which is a plus for Killfang. It could earn him points for who the judges decide that wins between these three bots. And Captain Shredderator completely broke off Deadlift's lifter, and Killfang took him out of the match. And Killfang landed a massive pop-up to Captain Shredderator. And Captain Shredderator did not struggle a little bit from that. They ended up, in a way, capitalizing on it, landing some great shots and leading Killfang spinning. And their main target was trying to get that front fork system off of Killfang so they could secure this win. And they found ways to take control even without ground game too, which really helped Captain Shredderator. And Killfang never really found their groove after them knocking out Deadlift. And eventually, Captain Shredderator did what they wanted to do, and they broke off that fork system of Killfang. The winner by a 7-5-1 judge's decision is Captain Shredderator. What a win by Captain Shredderator. Up next, we see another rumble between more rookies, between Switchback, Son of Waiachi, and Inverse. Inverse and Switchback have played each other, and which Switchback took the win, and Son of Waiachi and Inverse have played each other, where Inverse took the win against Son of Waiachi. So this is going to be a very mixed group of bots. And obviously they're all 2-2 this on their career and season because they're rookies this season. And for Switchback to get this win, they're gonna have to either help Inverse knock out Son of Waiachi or knock out Son of Waiachi themselves. And then all they have to do is deal with Inverse, and then they can pretty easily win against Inverse because they've done that before. So also that Inverse is going with a new weapon design. So we'll have to see who can get this win down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. Great shot by Switchback and to get under Inverse to start, and there goes one of Inverse's supports. Inverse are trying to knock out Son of Waiachi here as they do so, and they use the screws to get Son of Waiachi on their heads. Son of Waiachi's out of this match because they cannot self-right. Now it's between Switchback and Inverse, and so far Switchback is getting under Inverse like before. One of those supports gone from Inverse helps a lot from Son of Waiachi, as they are really taking it to Inverse. They're trying to get a tournament berth. Inverse is struggling, and they're using so much aggression on Inverse, and Inverse is struggling to do anything here as Switchback pours it on. Switchback probably going to get a new rear design next season, so they're excited for that and trying to get some forks so they can compete more. Switchback doing a great job still, getting under Inverse. They are landing some great shots at Inverse, and they're trying to get Inverse out of the arena, and they do so. What a very bad rumble for Son of Waiachi. The first shot was between Switchback and Inverse, with Switchback winning that exchange, and then Inverse waited for Son of Waiachi's spinner to spin down, and went for the attack, and used the screws and put Son of Waiachi on their head. Son of Waiachi could not self-right, so they were out of the matchup. That was between Inverse and Switchback, which Switchback won last time, and one of the supports for Inverse was gone. And so it was really helpful for Switchback because they really landed some great shots, and they poured it on. They used all-out aggression against Inverse, and they were the lower weapon, and they eventually used that weapon to get Inverse out of the arena and to get a tournament spot. Great win by Switchback. Up next, we see our last 3-bot rumble between Cobalt, Endgame, and Diablo. Cobalt is sitting at 9 wins and 7 losses on their career. Endgame is sitting at 8 wins and 7 losses on their career. And Diablo is sitting at 2-2 losses on the season and career. They're a rookie this season. And for Cobalt, if they can win this rumble, they will get to 10 wins on their career, which will be a staple. With Endgame, they'll get one step closer to 10 wins if they win this rumble. And for Diablo, they want to win so they can get in the tournament and show that they can compete with bots that have been around since season 1. And so for all these bots that want to win, and there'll be 1 violent drum and 2 violent vertical spinners. So this will be a very interesting matchup for all 3 of them. Cobalt wants to get into the tournament for their second time, same with Endgame, and Diablo obviously wants to get for the first time. Let's see who can win this fight and who has the better spinner down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot rumble begin. It looks like Endgame getting it under Cobalt and land a great shot against Cobalt. And now Diablo gets under Endgame. And now Diablo gets under Cobalt and lands a great shot to Cobalt there. Diablo, so far the big aggressor here, landing the two biggest shots of the match so far. Now Endgame getting under Diablo and forcing them to do something. But Diablo always has great responses as they try to get under there. And they try to get under there again. And now Endgame helps out Cobalt. But Cobalt on their head, they cannot self-right. Endgame trying to help him out, I guess. But they're trying to get him out of the arena. Did not work there. As our Diablo goes under again. And a great shot by Diablo. And another great shot by Diablo. And Diablo gets Cobalt out of the arena. Now it's just between Endgame and Diablo. As Endgame gets under Diablo. But now Diablo using the screws to their advantage. And now Endgame getting under again. Landing a great shot to Diablo. Diablo getting under. And landing a great shot, and another great shot by Diablo. Diablo look at the experienced spot, except they're not. What a win would this be by Diablo as they continue to pour it on to the endgame, and the endgame's out of the arena too. What a interesting rumble. Diablo in the second shot got under Endgame and then got under Cobalt twice and landed a great shot to Cobalt. Then it was between Endgame and Diablo, where Endgame would have the advantage from, I would say, probably most of it, but Diablo found their ways to get under two with one great shot, and then Endgame decided to help out Cobalt by putting them on their head, and then eventually Diablo landed a great shot to Cobalt, and then threw Cobalt out of the arena. Then it was between Diablo and Endgame. So he got a tournament spot, and Diablo poured it on to Endgame and made themselves look like a more experienced spot to Endgame. Great win by Diablo. Now we have 4 bots left that are 2-2 with 1 spot remaining in the tournament, which is the highest seed that's left, which is the 26th seed. And how is it going to work is that these last 4 bots are sort of placing the tournament where the 2 rookies and then the 2 experienced bots will play each other. And the winners of those matchups will play in the finals, where the winner of that matchup, the finals matchup, will get into the tournament. And so it's sort of the way you have to win 2 matchups in a row to get into the top spot of the tournament. And so for our first matchup, we see the 2 rookies of the four bot tournament to get the top seed. We see Monochrome take on Duke. Monochrome lost in the last fight of the fight cards to Matterham, which is very similar to Duke. And so if Duke can do what Matterham did, Duke can easily win this fight. Let's see who can win this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. Looks like it's Monochrome getting under in the first couple exchanges. Monochrome is looking to the lower bot against Duke. If Monochrome can capitalize on that, they can win this fight. But now Duke is under and throws Monochrome out of the arena. Well, I guess all Duke needed was 2 flips. 1 flip to get him set up, and 1 flip to land Monochrome out of the arena after Monochrome's great start to the fight. Now we see the second semifinal match of the 4-bot tournament to get into the tournament for the top seed. We see Glitch taking on Fusion. Glitch and Fusion have very similar career records, with Glitch having 12 wins and 6 losses, and Fusion having 12 wins and 5 losses. And so, for Glitch being the defending champ, they want to defend their title and prove they can get back to the tournament. And last year was not, in fact, a fluke. And for Fusion, they want to take down the defending champ and send them home before they make the tournament, and try to get a tournament spot of their own against Duke if they can win that fight. And for Fusion, they have a brand new redesign. They are now built up more, so they actually have a vertical and a horizontal. Before, those vertical and horizontal, let's be honest, didn't do a single thing. They all rely on their forks. So now that it actually does something, so they're built up a little bit more, so that they can have those. And for Glitch, all they need to do is get under and throw Fusion out of the arena and make Fusion's new design not look so great. Let's see who gets the win down in the pits. Let's head over there right now. Let the bot battle begin. It looks like Glitch will get under Fusion. And now Fusion gets under Glitch there. Fusion horizontal's not very good, but at least it can spin up and do something a tiny bit. And looks like Glitch will get under and break off one of those shoe club wedges of Fusion. And now it looks like Fusion's gonna get under. And they could leave Glitch there because Glitch cannot get down from that position, but they're gonna help Glitch down. That's almost too nice of them because they could take the win and they're gonna try to win against Glitch legitly. And it looks like they'll get under Glitch again with that one piece of wedge they have left. But now Glitch can get under, puts Fusion in the screws. Glitch doing a great job controlling this matchup so far. But now Fusion gets under and gets right back under and throws Fusion out of the arena. Fusion did a pretty good job, but Glitch found their upper hand and got under Fusion more than Fusion got under them. Fusion could have left Glitch on their back in a way. They were standing up, and they did not do that though because they wanted to beat Glitch legitly. But that did not work out in their favor because Glitch eventually used the screws to get Fusion out of the arena. Great win by Glitch. Up next, we see the main event finals, which means the winner of this match gets the top spot in the tournament. This matchup is between Glitch and Duke. If Glitch wins this fight, they get into the tournament for the second straight year, and they have a chance to defend their title as they are the defending champ. And if Duke can win this fight, they will get into the tournament for the first time as they're a rookie. And all Glitch needs to do is somehow get under and not let Duke get under, because if Duke gets under, it could cause disaster for Glitch. And Duke could easily win this fight if they get under Glitch even once. So Glitch has got to be on their top of their game to get under and try to throw Duke out of the arena. But this could be either a long matchup or a very short matchup. Let's see who wins this fight down in the pits. Let's head over there now to see who gets the last tournament spot. Okay. Let the bot battle begin. Looks like Glitch gets under, but now Duke gets under and lands their first flip. They get a second flip by Duke. Looks like Duke is more of the lower bot compared to Glitch. Duke gets under again, speaking of that. And now Glitch gets under with a great shot, but now Duke gets under, lands a good flip, lands another, and gets Glitch out of the arena. Great win
knockout
by Duke as they get the last tournament spot. What a win by Duke. Glitch got the first shot, but then Duke responded with a great flip. And Glitch got under again, but Duke was ultimately the lower bot, getting 3 flips in a row, and then eventually throwing the defending champ out of the arena. Great win by Duke, getting the last tournament spot. The next time I see you, it will be the bracket reveal and then the round of 32 of the tournament. See you in the next one. Bye.